There's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be fast days. There's going to be slow days. There's going to be days where you don't want to do it. There's going to be days where you do want to do it. All in all, you still have to keep pushing. You still have to keep doing it. You still have to keep moving forward. If you allow yourself to quit, if you allow yourself to give up, and I'm not saying that you don't take personal time to take care of yourself and things like that, but if you need 3-4 days out of a week for personal time to get yourself together, it's best that it's not the industry. It's not the industry that's doing it. It's not, no. It's some things on the inside that you're going to have to look at and you're going to have to work on. I'm not saying overwork yourself. And this is not for my older senior stylists, senior barbers, people like that. No. This is for those young people that can't seem to get motivated to get up. Like, no. You need to do some other work. You need to do some personal development. You need to do some growth within yourself. Because some things that you haven't dealt with are affecting the thing that you said you wanted to do. You said you wanted to be a barber. Someone had to explain to you what it was. They had to. They had to explain to you what it was. You had an image, an idea, and a picture of what it could be. Right? You did. And so you can't, you have to be, and this is the thing, guys, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Am I saying don't take time off? No. Am I saying don't take care of yourself? No, that is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is when you're spending the majority of your time taking care of yourself and not participating in your craft because something in the environment, in the situation, whatever goes on when you get there is bogging you down. I'm saying during those moments, during that time, got to look inward. Got to look at ourselves. We got to hold ourselves accountable. And this is what it's all, it's about holding you accountable. Right? And a lot of people look at accountability as always a negative thing. Accountability is vital to growth. Accountability is vital to growth. Don't go 50, 60. There's people that do this, but I'm telling you, don't spend 50, 60, 70 years on this earth and you're blaming other people for things. There is a level of accountability that needs to occur. And you can't continue to allow something that happened to be the dictator of your life and the way things go and the way things happen. Listen, we address them. We can recognize that they had an effect on us, but we have to move forward from that. You know, the question that I always ask myself, if I really feel so bad, or so much about a situation, so much about a certain segment, right, or a certain way that something that happened, and I try to use that as an anchor. I'm not willing to give someone else who won't lose a night of sleep over whatever is going on to have that much control over my life. That's crazy. I'm not. I refuse. I refuse to lose sleep and allow someone to have that much control over my life because for whatever reason I feel like they're valid. And I'm gonna tell you that's family, that's friends, that's like I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Right? Anybody that knows me, anybody around me say you're gonna do what you're right. I'm gonna do what I believe is right because at the end of the day, I'm the only one that gets to live this life. I'm the only one that has to have this body that I am the only one that has to deal with these things. Now, something may occur that affects other people, but at the end, how this affects me is my choice. Once I realize that this one thing, and sometimes, and now I will say this for some people, and you may have stopped listening by now, but if you still tuned in, I hope you understand this. There are some things that have affected me in life that I didn't know were affecting me until I dug deep and figured it out. And I said, oh, that's the issue. That's the problem. That's what's going on. I didn't know. But I wasn't once I was able to put a label on it, once I was able to put a name to it, what I was not gonna do was continue to have that situation have control over me. Now, was it a battle? Yeah, but I immediately, once I figured it out, I said, all right, I've got to get this control back. I've got to regain this control. And so that's what I did. I regained the control. Right? I regained the control. I got it back, and I kept control of it. But if something goes into place and something is affecting me for extended periods of time, I immediately go to my default setting. I'm not going to let someone else's actions have that much control over me. And a lot of people, we do that. We let these situations have so much control over us. And it's for what? Why? Why are we letting it have so much control? Right? This is not a typical barber conversation, but a lot of times when barbers talk about getting burnt out, it's the outward things, not the inward things. It's not necessarily even the work. It's the situation in which the work occurs, right? You getting burnt out over and over and over and over and over again. Hey, it may be time to go somewhere else. If you're if it's your business, it may be time to look at your clientele base and say, hey, like these aren't the clients that I want to work with. Providing a service to the community does not mean that you have to serve everyone. You still provide a service to the community. Hear me out. Providing a service to the community does not mean that you have to serve everyone. There are, and I'm sure if you look in your city, in your area, wherever you are around you, there are multiple nonprofits that exist, or there's multiple businesses that exist that provide the same service. What do you mean? Well, if you're in a decent sized city, I'm pretty sure you have a McDonald's, and probably a Burger King, a maybe a Wendy's, maybe a Five Guys, maybe a Cookout, right? And then maybe now I named up now if you following along, I named all places that make burgers, right? And all of them make burgers in different ways. Generally, the type of beef that they use, quality of beef is different. And, some are fresh, never frozen. Some are frozen. Some are flame broiled. Some are just grilled. Some are just this. Some are that. It's the same thing. And these companies don't try to be everything to everyone. They say, this is what I offer. This is what I have. If you like it, we have this here for you. If you don't like it, then we don't. It's a lot, but you have to really break it down and figure it out. You really have to break it down and figure it out. You really have to get it together and figure all of this out. But you just can't give up. You understand? Like, you just cannot give up.